When we go to a passage like Isaiah chapter 5, verses 1 through 7, we have the Song of the Vineyard. And the Song of the Vineyard, as you read it and you hear it, it has the lilt of a love song. You can hear it in the cadence of the words and the sounds that are formed by the consonants and the vowels together. It has the lilt of a love song. And then it moves into the working part of the psalm where the Lord talks about what he did for his vineyard, and you can hear the solid cadences of work and labor. It changes from a lilt to kind of a plodding and a striking form. And then at the end, it moves into the lament of when he looked for fruit. And instead of good grapes, it brought forth the sour, bitter grapes of a bad crop. And the disappointment shows. The sounds within the Hebrew text itself are imitations of sounds that people make when they dislike something or disapprove of something. We make sounds in English. We say t when we think someone's been naughty. We say ouch if we're hurt. And we sometimes groan because of the problems of exhaustion or of pain or of illness. Those sounds that we have within our language, the onomatopoetic imagery that we create with our voices and our words, is created in every language. And it's true of Hebrew as well. And we cannot understand that unless we see the picture overall. There's a passage in the prophet Nahum that describes the destruction of the city of Nineveh. And you can read that in any language other than Hebrew, and you will not get the picture that's in the Hebrew. Because in the Hebrew, the picture is that Nineveh is going to be washed down the drain by the Euphrates River and disappear. And part of that imagery is using an onomatopoetic collection of 3 different verbs that give the actual sound of going down the drain. The Hebrew uses the word, for example, bakbuk. Bakbuk is the word for bottle. Now, nowadays we have plastic bottles and all these different things. We use cans, aluminum cans for sodas. But if you take an old-fashioned glass bottle, take a liter bottle, take the cap off, and turn it upside down, what kind of sound does it make? Glug, 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 right? That's, to imitate that sound in Hebrew, they use bakbuk, 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 bakbuk. And it's that same kind of sound that is made in the book of Nahum of the destruction and washing away of the city of Nineveh. You don't get that picture reading in translation. You see that, you hear it only if you read the Hebrew. Hebrew poetry is very expressive. As you read through the Psalms, many of the Psalms are built not only upon the visual imagery that they project through the metaphors, not just the vocabulary that describes situations, but by the very sounds themselves. The auditory senses are piqued and utilized to get the message across. So we must learn to read the Hebrew aloud, to read it smoothly, to read it well, to read it accurately, so that we can accurately identify those types of situations.